What do you think? What would you do? Run out on the ice to save a woman? Well, about 7:30 this morning in Rochester, on the southeast side, a 61-year-old woman's car went off a highway ramp through an intersection, got hit, and then went careening down a hill onto a frozen retention pond. There was a young man who says he saw it all, and he didn't hesitate. Here's ABC 6 reporter Jordan Reed.
By the time crews made it to the scene, the 61-year-old woman who was driving that car had already been rescued by a man who watched it happen. I had the chance to talk with him about how he risked his own life to save her.
I noticed this vehicle seemed to be losing control through the intersection as she was coming off of the off-ramp there. And it just seemed bizarre to me that she jumped up on the curb, almost hit another car, and then the car just disappeared from my sight for a second.
But then Joshua Mourning saw the car heading for the retention pond. He stopped his car and jumped into action, heading out onto the frozen pond.
As I got closer to the vehicle, I could hear a woman starting to wake up, basically. I ripped open the car door, and I was yelling instructions to her to, like, unbuckle her seatbelt and get out, because she's on a frozen pond. She was completely just confused, had no clue where she was. I grabbed her by the arm and by the waist kinda and just huffed her back up the hill.
This is actually one of Joshua's worst fears, driving in Minnesota during the winter and going down an embankment and into a pond. He was afraid, but Joshua knew he had to help.
I definitely was in fear of falling through the ice, but I knew that it was only a matter of time that if it was going to fall through, we had to get her out of there quick, and I could hear it cracking as I got closer. Definitely quite the rush. I'm just glad we got her out in time and the car didn't actually break through the ice.
A heroic act, no doubt, but one that could have taken a dark turn.
Our message to people that come across this sort of scenario is don't put yourself at risk. Call 911 right away. Even well-trained professionals are putting themselves at risk, and it can take a turn for the worse. For instance, in 1953, we had 2 firefighters die while rescuing a boy on Silver Lake. Ice is never 100% safe. Even if you have the statistics and the depths available to you, as far as how deep the ice is, it can never be guaranteed that something bad may not happen.
A Rochester police officer tells us the woman involved in the accident was taken to the ER and treated for non-life-threatening injuries. As for her car, it was safely removed from the pond.